charge you $17,000 if you don't get married and have a child by the time you're 30.
To that I say, try me, bitches. I'm a social worker. I don't have $17,000. I'd like to propose a new plan here. And I think this is economically more viable. And it gives ICE something to do besides harass hardworking immigrants who helped build this country. I think we should reassign them. I think instead of harassing immigrants who, literally helped this country go round and round day in and day out, I think we should assign them to go after deadbeat dads. That should be their jobs. We should assign them to go after every deadbeat dad who hasn't paid child support in a year, who's assigned to pay, I don't know, $26 a month, who, jumps to jobs every month, every 2 weeks because he doesn't want to pay his baby mama the child support, that $25 a month that he feels, is going to help her take care of her kids that he bailed on, because he doesn't want to be a dad. Women get a lot of shit for being single mothers, for getting pregnant, for having an abortion. We're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. If we don't have the kid, if we go get an abortion because it's not financially viable for us to take care of the kid, well, then we're a murderer. But if we do decide to have the kid, you'll help us right up until that kid is born. And if the dad does stay around, what's to say that marriage isn't going to end in a divorce? Or, dad running off. Then the courts aren't going to help us. And then if we have to rely on the government, well, then we're just leeching off society. Because, everybody's a pocket watcher nowadays. And if you get food stamps or Medicaid, then you're just, like I said, you're a leech on society. So I think that we need to go after the true leeches on society that force these women to have to apply for these social programs like food stamps and Medicaid, who unfortunately are getting realistic numbers here, 26 to $50 a month per kid, because dad doesn't want to work, just to spite his ex. So yeah, let's reassign ICE to go after the real problem here. Let's reassign because, you guys didn't want to do the right thing and wrap it before you tapped it. Or, I don't know, get a vasectomy. Let's assign ICE to go after them because they're the problems here. They're the ones who are the drains on society when you ultimately look at it. Or at least in my opinion. Why don't we charge them the $17,000? Since, they're the ones who are causing people to have to use these social benefits. Women can't get pregnant by themselves. It takes two to tango, right? You guys like to use that phrase all the time. And I'm gonna get a kickback on this video, and you're gonna say you hate men. I don't hate men. I love responsible men. I love emotionally intelligent men. I love men who take care of their families. There are a lot of very strong, positive men in my life. I can't stand men who won't take a look in the mirror and acknowledge how male privilege, yes, because that's a real thing, has positively impacted them and won't do the goddamn emotional heavy lifting to better them fucking selves or read a fucking book to better themselves or just, I don't know, emotionally mature past 14 and they'd rather consume all this red pill content and blame women for everything. So you know what? I'm going to blame men here. Let's charge them the $17,000. Let's send ICE after them. Let's send them to marriage camps. I don't know, where maybe they could learn to clean the house and cook some meals. Because, women are apparently out earning men. We're going to college more. We're making more money. Let's shift this shit around. Let's make them homemakers. They could stay home with the kids. Just my 2 cents here. Have the day you deserve.